A very common occurrence here inside Photoshop is you will want to resize your images. And if you go under the image size dialog, which we will in just one moment, when you look inside there, there's like 5 different ways to resize your images. There's called interpolation algorithms, and it kind of gets really technical, but let me go ahead and show you here. We go under image, go down to image size, and inside here we go down to the bottom. And these are called interpolation algorithms, if you will. But what they are is they're these mathematical equations that Photoshop uses to resize your photos. Okay, because when you resize something, you're either adding pixels or you're taking pixels away, and Photoshop has to guess at what the image should look like. Using all these different what's called interpolation algorithms, this is how Photoshop guesses. All right, there's a bunch of different options here. Well, what I want to draw your attention to is something new inside of CS3, which is that they kind of give you a little hint to what they do. All right, so as you look at them, you decide, what do you want to do with this photo? Do you want to make it larger, or do you want to make it smaller? Do you want to preserve hard edges? All right, and so you got here, nearest neighbor, preserve hard edges. Bilinear, frankly, I just don't use it. Bicubic, best for smooth gradients. So if you've got a photo such as this one, it's got a lot of smooth gradations in the sky there, that might be one. And then you've got the 2, which I think are really important here at the bottom. Bicubic smoother, which is best for enlargement, and bicubic sharper, which is best for reduction. So toss out the name, because the name just gets kind of gets techie and geeky, okay? Toss out the name and just look at the parentheses next to it and see which one suits the image that you're using. Most often, it's either going to be making the photo larger or making the photo smaller. And these are the 2 that you'll find that are used the most out there. So here we have smoother, best for enlargement, best for reduction. I want to enlarge this photo, so I'd go ahead and click on bicubic smoother. All right, and then enter in my settings up here. So let's say I want to take it to, let's say 1000 by 1333, and you'll notice that it automatically changed the height, and that just means because I have constrained proportions checked down here. So at that point, I'd go ahead and I'd click OK, and you'll see here my photo kind of jumped up on the screen here. All right, now if I were to go back into the image size dialog, let's do just that. We'll go down to image size here. You'll see that the size of my image is now larger. All right, so I've largened, it's a new word, I'm inventing new words today. I've increased the size of my photo here in Photoshop, and I did it using the best method possible. The method that Photoshop recommends for enlarging your photos, because each purpose kind of has a different mathematical equation that works best. I don't want to get too much into the techie stuff, but for enlarging, bicubic smoother is probably going to give you the best results without making things too fuzzy. That said, whenever I do enlarge my photo, I always do go under the filter menu here. I will go down to sharpen, and I'll go to unsharp mask. And if I'm enlarging the photo, making it bigger, what I will do here is take a very, very low amount of unsharp mask, probably somewhere between 50 and 60 or so, and I'll just apply that unsharp mask to the photo just to kind of sharpen some of those edges that might have gotten a little bit blurry from making the photo larger. So moral of the story here is a brand new feature inside of CS3 right under that image size menu. Now there's really no more guessing which one of these that you should use. Photoshop's kind of telling you which one is best for which circumstance here, and it just, again, forget about those names and just look at the parentheses next to it for a hint on which one you should use.